tuning in today. I appreciate you so much. My name is Dr. Jeanette DeWitt. I am a doctor of physical therapy and medical fitness expert. Today we are going to talk about why you may feel like you're off or out of rhythm with walking. This is actually a really common complaint that I get. Oftentimes when I work with clients, I start them on a walking program. It's low impact, it helps with heart health, it helps with endurance. It's a really nice way to start getting people to move if they haven't been moving in a while, or if they're coming off of an injury, or if they just live a sedentary lifestyle and they're beginning to exercise. But here's what can happen is because they are coming back from an injury, because they live a sedentary lifestyle, or because they're just new to exercise, they often will say, I feel off. I feel like my walking is out of rhythm. And they may or may not have pain or soreness, but they just don't feel like things are moving the way they should. And if that sounds familiar, it usually is because something is actually stuck, or something is out of balance or out of symmetry between the two sides. So let me kind of show you what it means to be walking normal. I'm just going to say this is my pelvis, okay? So my thumbs represent these two bones right here in the back on the pelvis, okay? So you have one side of your pelvis, you have another side of your pelvis. They should move. They should also move independently of your spine. So like if you bend forward, your pelvis should stay put. It should stay where it's at. If you bring one leg up, your pelvis should drop back. If you bring the other leg up, the pelvis should drop back. So when I take a step, I'm actually tilting that side forward, that side forward, that side forward, and so forth. When that doesn't happen, people will feel like they're out of rhythm, that something's not moving correctly. And that is actually true. When you have one side of your pelvis that is stuck, it is the same thing as walking like this. This way, this side goes forward. This side stuck, this side goes forward. And if that happens, something feels off. Now that can happen for a couple of reasons. So it could be that that side of the pelvis is actually stuck. It's what we call hypomobile. It could also be that it's in the wrong place. So maybe it is moving correctly, but maybe one side of your pelvis is actually rotated forward. So what happens then is if one side is rotated forward, when you take a step forward, it wants to go more forward, and the other side is moving, but it never comes back to be in symmetry like the other side. So it just feels off. How do you fix that? That is the big question, right? Well, there's lots of ways to fix it. Number one, if it's causing pain, if it's causing irritation, if you're getting sharp shooting pains or nerve symptoms down your leg, absolutely, reach out to a specialist like myself, a doctor of physical therapy, reach out to a chiropractor, massage therapist, or physician, healthcare provider. If that's not going away, should really be consulted if you have pain that is preventing you from doing things you want to be able to do. If you're not having pain, it just feels like it's off, then I would look still for a specialist, because someone like myself, a doctor of physical therapy, medical fitness expert, corrective exercise specialist, someone like that who can show you how to do the correct exercises. Now, that's not the purpose of this video, but if you're having symptoms, then I want you to reach out to me and start a conversation. The reason I'm not going to show you potential exercises is because it could be a few things. And if I show you the wrong thing and you do it and you hurt yourself, then you're going to blame me. And I don't want that. But the best thing to do is actually consult with someone, because exercise in and of itself can actually correct the problem. You just need the right exercises. You can also seek a manual therapist, again, someone like myself, and we can, if it's stuck, we can help it moving again through what I call mobilizations. A chiropractor might call it an adjustment. A massage therapist might call it moving or soft tissue mobilization, massage, to help kind of free up the muscles that might be pulling the pelvis into a stuck position. Either way, you might need and you should consult with somebody who can help you fix that. Now, the way I work is that I work with people virtually because I like to teach people how to fix themselves. So I use Corrective Exercise, and we go through a movement screen. I see kind of all these checkpoints. I actually screen you for 42 points to see what's out of symmetry. And then we use your body and we kind of use the good stuff to make the not so good stuff feel better. That's actually a specific technique. You can go ahead and look it up. It's called total motion release. It's created by Tom DeLonzo Baker. I am one of 10 clinicians in the country who is certified to walk people through and coach people through this technique. And really, when I had my physical therapy practice and my traditional physical therapy practice during COVID, I did not close my doors because I used this technique exclusively in 2020 to help people go from 70 out of 100 symptoms down to 10 out of 100 symptoms in like 30 minutes. So it's super effective. Even if you're not having pain, what it does is it corrects a lot of asymmetries so that you move more freely. It's one of the first things I do when I work with clients, whether they're having pain or soreness or not, because before I exercise people for flexibility, stretching, strengthening, powerlifting, whatever it may be, I want to know that they're in alignment and that they have symmetry between the front and back muscles and between the left and right muscles. That's super important because if you start exercising and you're not in symmetry and you've got a pelvis doing one thing on one side and a pelvis doing one thing on another side, everything above that pelvis and everything below that pelvis will not be as efficient, and it can lead to injury. So that's the main reason I wanted to talk with you today is, yes, I pulled it in with gait and walking, and that is because everybody has to walk. Unless you are injured in your cast or unless you have a neurological condition that prevents you from walking, most of us are walking throughout our day. And if we're walking incorrectly because our pelvis isn't moving correctly, that needs to be fixed because it can create issues in the arms, in the neck, as well as the hips, knees, and ankles and feet. So please, if you are feeling like your walking is out of alignment, out of rhythm, or just off, go ahead, comment me, or reach out to me privately. Thanks a lot, and I hope to chat with you soon.